welcome back to my channel. You're watching Confident, Fearless, and Worthy. My name is Danielle, and today I decided to do something a little bit different. I have had some interesting experiences online dating, and anyone who has been on any of the free apps for online dating can tell you it's a time and it's an experience. And, you know, there's definitely been some interesting situations that have come about from doing the online dating thing. I was on OkCupid for a little while. I've been on Tinder, I've been on Bumble, basically tried them all at this point. And I decided that I had enough of the tomfoolery, shall we say. I was just done. I couldn't deal with it anymore. It was just a lot. Like, I just got the, you know, really gross comments, and it just didn't seem like anybody was really genuine on there. And to be honest, I was kind of using it as a crutch to not put myself out there in public, so to speak. So I am not currently on any dating apps right now. I just didn't really have the best experience with it, unfortunately. You know, I went on some dates, and those are cool and all, but I had a lot more mishaps than I had dates, and I'm gonna walk you through a couple of those, and one in particular, which was like the most weird thing that I had come across, for sure. So let's go into my text messages. I don't have any of the messages anymore because I deleted the apps, but I do still have some of the text messages that people sent me. So we're gonna walk you through some of those. So, oh god. There's a lot of people that are very forward on these dating apps, and I'm not sure if because they are free or whatnot, people just automatically assume that you're on there for one thing and one thing only, and that's not what I was on there for. Basically, I was talking to this guy, and he was like, oh, I'm gonna be the one, like, blah, 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 and I said, okay, buddy. Basically, one day, he asked me, you know, about my job, and, like, what I do, and so I described it for him, and he goes, you have your own office? And I said, yes. And he goes, I have a few ideas for that office. And I said, no you don't. Nope, no sir, you do not have any ideas for that. Okay, thanks. And he goes, yes I do. And I said, that's not happening, so find a new idea. Because I'm just like, no, don't try it. He sent me a couple of the annoyed emojis, and I said, it's got glass, buddy. Like, what do you think is gonna happen? And he goes, so, LOL. And I was like, at that point I was done. I had another guy who I was talking to, who we seemed to hit it off really well. Like, we were talking about a lot of stuff, and like, I was very upfront about the fact that I did not enjoy the current presidential administration, and still don't. And that I didn't stand, my direct quote was I didn't stand for anything that they did or said or anything like that. And he was like, oh, okay, that's fine. So then I became friends with him on Facebook. And we ended up actually knowing someone in common, so that was kind of weird. And then he texted me about a day after that conversation. He's like, so I was looking through your Facebook and I decided we probably wouldn't be a good match. And I was like, okay, so why? And then he goes, I also don't subscribe to the idea of being against someone and everything they stand for. Really? Really? Because you told me it was fine yesterday. So I don't understand. So basically he was like, based on Facebook, he said no. And I was like, cool, buddy. So first of all, I'm not the kind of person that will just start talking to someone online and then immediately like wanna, you know, hang out. You know, I gotta kind of get to know you first. And I feel like that's not a abnormal request. However, I feel like a lot of the guys on OkCupid are like, what? What do you mean? You have to get to know me? Ugh. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm not gonna go over to your house if you're a complete stranger. Like, so this dude, we've been talking for a little while, and he was like, for our first date, you can come over, I'll cook you dinner, blah, 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 blah. Meanwhile, we'd only been talking for about a day. And I was like, all right, we'll see how things go, I guess. I don't know, maybe. So he's like, basically, he starts pushing the whole, like, date thing. Like, oh yeah, you're coming over. Like, yeah, Sunday, blah, blah, blah. Like, you're gonna come over. And, he goes, so you're definitely okay coming over on Sunday? I want you to be comfortable. And I said, we'll see how this week goes. Because it was, like, about a week prior to when we said we were going to get together. And he goes, well, I kind of planned it for you, knowing you said okay already. Sir. What? What? I don't owe you anything just because I said, oh yeah, maybe we'll get together on Sunday. Maybe I'll come over if I get to know you. I don't owe you anything. He also said, are you yelling? LOL. You use a lot of exclamations. Oh, that's good. Anyway, that's just a sample of the things that have happened to me while on OkCupid. But let me tell you about this one story. I was on OkCupid and I got a message from this guy and he was like really cute. Like, he was so cute. And I was like, okay, hello, sir. And so we were talking a little bit, getting to know each other, and he lived somewhere else. I'm not even sure where he lived. It was like a couple states away. And he was like, oh yeah, I'm planning on moving back to the area to be around my nephews and my sister and my family, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, cute. How old are your nephews? And he was like, oh, 2 and 4 or something like that. And I was like, oh, that's really awesome. Like, great. And he had mentioned that he was a dental student. And I was like, oh, okay, getting your career. Nice, awesome, fabulous. And then he was like, so I'm just wondering, how many cavities have you had? And I was like, well, he's a dental student, so I mean, I guess he might be curious, whatever. And so I was like, I had them when I was younger, and so I probably had around 2 to 4 from what I can remember. And he was like, oh, okay. So then the next message, he goes, do you know if like they were like covered with the white or the silver? And at this point, I'm like, where is he going with this? So I said, I think I have 1 silver and like a couple white. And so he's like, oh, all right, cool. And so at this point, I'm just kind of like intrigued as to where that's going. And like I said, he was cute. So he asked me for my number and I gave it to him because I was like, we'll just see how this goes. Like, that was a little weird, but you know, whatever. So then, he texts me and we're having a fairly normal conversation. I asked him how his day was. And then he goes, literally not 2 minutes into the conversation, he says, so you're gonna have to send me a pic of what you got going on in there. Meaning my mouth. He wanted me to send him a picture of the inside of my mouth. Now, here's the thing, you know, fetishes exist, and you know what, whatever, you do you, but like, sir, you wanted a picture of my mouth? No! And so, at this point, I was like, oh god, what did I get myself into? And so I said, okay, you do know how weird that sounds, right? And he said, yeah, I know, I promise I'm not weird, and if you send it to me, I will make sure that you have the best first date of your life. And at that point, I was like, okay, I'm out. I'm out of here, I'm done, I can't. Like, he knows how weird it is, and he still wants me to send him a picture of the inside of my mouth. No. So, there you go. Those are my stories about online dating. I obviously didn't have very much luck there, so, you know, pray for me. And I hope you guys enjoyed, and please hit the like button, subscribe, leave a comment. What are your crazy online dating stories? I want to know. So, until next time, bye.